Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to talk about trade scenarios, teams that want to come up to the number 7 spot. We're going to have a little bit of controversy today. We'll see how that all goes. But first, I'm going to bring in one of my co-hosts, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. You know we got your main course. We got the Detroit Lions on the Prowl, trivia, the Wall of Fame, the comment cards, and dessert with your man, Curt. But you know what you got to do, baby. You got to join the channel. Hey, subscribe. Be part of the family because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We have family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. But first, let me bring in the man at the bottom of the screen. Who? Coach Jones.
It's Coach Jones. Who? Coach Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Lego.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, people. Now let's get into these trade scenarios. Mike, what you got, man?
All right. First trade scenario is would you trade in a division with the Bears?
No.
Woo. So, Jim. Okay. Talk to me, Jim. Talk to me.
They have a really good defense. They're probably a quarterback away of being at least ahead of us. If you give them that quarterback and it's our fault, and we have to live with an Aaron Rodgers for the next, I don't know how many years, because we've lived through Brett Favre. We're almost done with Aaron Rodgers, I hope. Why would we do this? Why would we give the quarterback to the Bears that they need to be a dominant team? So we just replaced Green Bay with Chicago. Very good. Great idea.
I see what you're saying.
What do you got, Curt?
There is no way in hell I'm trading with the Bears. There's no scenario. I'm not helping out a division rival. That is not a good look. I understand people, you'll get this trade pick. I can give a care less. I'm not trading with the Bears at all. You don't help, you know what I'm saying? You don't help out the guys who are trying to beat you. You know what I'm saying? You pay the guys twice a year. So I'm going to trade for a guy that's going to come in and beat me twice a year. Yeah. How about no?
How about no? You're going to trade.
Right.
Your first thing is to win the division, right?
Yeah.
That's our first goal.
Yes.
We're going to help the Bears be better than us.
Right. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. You know, I gotta play devil's advocate. I would trade with the Bears, but there's a but. I'm not just gonna do it, but I have to get 2 first-round picks. Okay, if you get 2 first-round picks, you have to pull the trigger. The Bears they're a quarterback away, but the thing is how long can you hold that team together?
So for 2 first-round picks, let me clarify this real quick. Are you talking about the 20th pick? Because that's a first-round pick. And another or 2 outside of the 20th pick overall?
The 20th pick and then another pick. And then probably 2022.
For next year.
So, so the thing is that my thinking is the Bears, we're not going to win this year, right? We all know that. You know that. So
let's help them win.
So no, but the thing is we can give something, but we also get a whole lot in return. And 3 first round extra picks, man. That's just like you can build a team. Like I
hear what you're saying, but let's trade with somebody else besides the Bears.
Of course.
But the one thing is the Bears do not pick good quarterbacks. So they're going to fail at whatever they pick.
Right.
Maybe we can do this trade because they suck.
Right. Exactly. Come on, man.
Pace over there is pacing himself. Huh?
Pace is behind Pace. He's like the last guy in the race. Can't keep up with the pace. I just wouldn't want to help a team that we play twice a year. That's just my only deal with that is I don't want to face this guy. So we trade and they get a good quarterback and then we just got to see that dude twice a year.
Yeah, depending on if they get it right, which they may not.
Yeah,
Okay, second team.
that's a big if. That's a
Let's
big
go to
if.
the second team
Yeah.
now. We're talking about New England, the New England Patriots. Now, there is word that New England is trying to trade for Aaron Rodgers. My God, would that be something to get him out of our division? That would be the best thing in the world. But the Green Bay Packers would get a haul for him. I
Man,
don't think this is going to happen. I really don't.
there's no way in hell that
It better not.
New England has made some weird moves this year. Belichick may be going crazy, so it's possible they do it. So anyway, New England, they do want a quarterback. I believe that. But Detroit's pick is worth 1,500 points, and New England's, this is according to the draft chart, New England's is worth 1,050. And that's their 15th pick overall. New England have to part with their second round pick, which is equal to 1,490 points. So they probably would have to throw in a fourth. So would you trade down to the 15th pick for a second and a fourth? Because that's probably the value there.
Man, hell yeah.
I was waiting on you, Kurt.
That's a no-brainer. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Would you give up Penei Sewell? Would you give up Rashawn Slater for a second and a fourth?
For another first, a second, and a fourth for this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You would. I wouldn't.
I'm calling Mayfield. I'm picking Mayfield up for Michigan. The other tackle.
There you go.
And that's what I'm doing.
Like too, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, because you got the guy out there at USC. Is Leatherwood coming out this year? The big guy from Alabama. Yeah, that dude's huge, man. That dude's a freaking house. So you have some quality offensive linemen that you can get later on if it's feasible. Now, I would really want the best guy available. To be honest with you, I would want Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater. But for that haul, I would give it those guys up for that haul.
What do you think the value is of the level of player you're going to get at 7 versus the level of player you're going to get at 15? Do you think that's worth that?
It depends. It depends on what the team is missing. Like if it's a team like the Bears, like the Patriots, like the Broncos, who still got that defense. If it's a team like that, or maybe Washington, who's just a quarterback away from going to that next step, then they're gonna pay more than what any other team would normally pay who's building. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people got to get, man. Is if you're a quarterback away from going there, look what the Rams gave up. Nobody expected that. I mean, maybe Jim, but but nobody expected that. So
it depends on how hungry a team is to move up, and if there's competition for that spot.
Yeah,
you could get more.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, to me, I think that scenario will be a no-brainer. You know, I'm waving at my son. People, he's on the camera, so I'm sorry. You see me waving at my little man. And the next, now this was the one that really interests me, is that the Washington football team, they're interesting to me because their quarterback situation is absolutely atrocious. So they need to trade up. Jim, you were saying that the Detroit, of course, our pick is worth 1,500 points. So the Washington pick is worth 875. So it would take a lot more picks. So they would have to look at second and third, and then a first next year, and maybe a second to move up.
Yeah, first, maybe a second. Because
and I think that's something. If you look at the history of the Washington football team, they are one of those teams that do make big trades for quarterbacks. So I think that may be a possibility, because their last quarterback, he just signed a 1-year deal somewhere else because they released him. So it may be an opportunity for the Detroit Lions to pick up some additional draft capital.
Yeah, if they could get a second and third this year and a first next year, so that's 2 firsts, 3 thirds this year, but you move all the way to 19.
Yeah, the Washington football team is going to be on the move. If it's not us, it's going to be somebody else. It may be Atlanta at 4, because I see them trading back as well.
I think they would look at us.
I think they would look at us, because that 4 is going to be a big jump. So I think that they will look at Washington football team was going to looking at making a move. And I think that for Brad Holmes, that makes a little sense to get some draft capital and stuff like, and those measures. But Who knows? But that is
You
a
go down and you start looking at the linebacker position.
because you can
Right.
address other positions, and then you can move back and
defense,
get some
safety.
more positions of needs in the second and third round. So
Zayden Collins.
yeah, yeah. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of.
If he's still there at that point, 19 is a long way to go down.
I think
Zayden Collins is going to be graded around. To me, honest with you, he's going to be one of those guys that maybe slips into the early part of the second round.
Yep.
Or Jock.
Yep. But you know what? I think as much as we want Sewell or Slater, I think the smartest thing to do with that 7 pick is trade it. Because if you look, we're gonna have 3 straight seasons of just mad picks early in the draft. And by 2023, when that camp rolls around, we're talking about NFC Championship type caliber squad with Brad Holmes and John Dorsey forming that team, and the draft being that deep for us that early for 3 straight seasons. Come on, man, you can't.
We gotta hit on these picks though.
And
I'm not worried about that.
The thing that really interests me, even with the draft capital, if we get the cap right, not only do we have draft capital, but we have trade capital. You can't just look at it as draft capital. You look at it as trade capital, and then you can look at it where you can trade for a guy, maybe a bigger name player that that will come in because
Jalen Ramsey and
so you look at that. So it's not just draft capital; it's trade capital as well. So I look at those type of transactions as just overall assets for capital for players.
Mm-hmm.
Any other teams you think that might jump up to come up to us? I don't think it's Denver anymore because I think the Carolinas got a quarterback and they don't think Detroit will take one. If we can sell us taking a quarterback, they may trade with us, but I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to trade up to 4, I believe.
You know what team is interesting right now, and I kind of heard this, who may trade up because there's a player that their general manager / owner loves, and they may push some players back, is that the Dallas Cowboys may be trading up in this draft because
they're like
Jerry Jones is in love with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is in love with Kyle Pitts. So that may be a situation where they may push some talented players back, and you have some more draft trade scenarios in this upcoming draft, because if that pushes back, if that pushes some of those players back
to us, that's another big chip that people might trade up for and give a lot for.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
This guy is likened to Calvin Johnson in the way his size and his speed and his catch radius and all that. I don't know. I mean, if he's there and Sewell and them are not there, I'd have a hard time passing on him for sure, but I don't think the team is built like that. I don't think you build a team that way. And that's why I'm patient about that stuff. But it's like, oh, you can't not get a generational player, a skill player. Yes, you can, because we've had Barry Sanders and won absolutely nothing. We won 1 playoff game. We've had Calvin Johnson and nothing. We haven't won a thing. Not even a playoff game. Matthew Stafford, not even a playoff game. These are elite caliber players, Hall of Fame players, 2 of them. And we couldn't do anything. So,
you have to build a team. You can't, it's one of those things where, and I get the argument. People say, one person can, change the team, but if the rest of the squad around that person, or that's, making up the nuts and bolts of the team, isn't good, or, isn't talented enough, then you have an issue. So, I mean, you have to be able to build the team, and then you can add generational players to that team.
Absolutely.
Right. I agree. Yeah, all right. There's one team that was actually 2 teams that I'm thinking that could go and just jump up and surprise everybody, but I'm gonna pick one, and that's the Raiders, because John Gruden is he's running a monopoly over there in Oakland or Los Angeles or Las Vegas. I'm sorry, but I think they are a possibility because I'm not sure if Gruden believes in Derek or in Carr like that. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he don't. I'll be honest.
You
I mean,
know,
they've
totally
had
agree
they've
with
had
you.
their issues. They brought in Marcus
Yeah.
Mariota last year, so
yeah, yeah. So
I agree with you there. That's actually a really good idea.
Mike Mayock Mike Mayock has made some decent moves as a general manager. People kind of doubted him coming over from NFL Network, but Mike Mayock's a pretty good GM. So
17th. So I'm not totally against that. I mean, that would be another contender, I think.
yeah, it
At
depends
17.
on what quarterback falls and like the other trades.
Yeah.
Because something tells me that the trades that we saw so far isn't the end of the scenarios coming into the draft.
Could you see LA going up to 4 and giving Atlanta Falcons Carr?
The Raider. Oh,
I mean, possibly.
If they want him. I think Miami's another team.
Matt Ryan's.
I hate to say that, but I think
Matt Ryan's
Miami
coming to
just
the end of it.
before us.
I don't think that they're and he's still a serviceable quarterback, but I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are pretty much still in
They
love
want
with Matt
somebody
Ryan
else.
like they
Right.
But
they
they're
were.
looking to trade out though.
Yeah,
I
So
don't.
you
I don't
would
think they
they're
are.
not looking quarterback this year. So we'll see
I
how
don't-
that goes.
I don't
Miami
think
at
they are.
6 is interesting.
You think
to
it's a
me
smoke
because
screen,
I think
Mike?
they want a quarterback too.
who is? Who's that?
Miami.
Miami. You think Miami's looking for a quarterback? I think
Oh,
Miami's
yes,
looking
I
for a
do.
playmaker.
No, I think they're going to look for. I think they're looking for. I don't think they're happy with Tua. I'm not sure if they want to take a quarterback later, like at 18, but they may take a quarterback at 6.
I don't
Maybe
know.
a surprise pick, but then they could trade Tua to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really
Two was on
that.
the move.
Yeah, I'm not really ready to give up on Tua that quick because it was a rookie season. I mean, because you got to say, okay, if Miami's ready to give up on Tua, and we got to take Okuda and throw him to the wolves, then you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
you know what
think
I'm
we
saying?
did that
So I
last year.
think that rookie year for a lot of players is like a kind of a canceled out year. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I've
Like,
heard they're not happy with Tua. There's been
have you?
reports out of Miami that they're not happy with him. And it
Oh.
could be a smokescreen, but yeah, they're not happy with him. But why wouldn't they have stayed where they were if they were going to take a quarterback? So you guys are probably right, but it was in the news, so I thought I'd bring it up. But that's it for me. I don't see another team that really would come up. What was your other team?
San Francisco.
They traded to number 3.
They're already up.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
why would
but I think San Francisco.
They trade back
Mike,
up into the.
Yeah,
up into the first
I
round?
think. Yeah,
They don't have
Yeah.
another pick in the first round.
I think San Francisco actually might trade that. I think now this is a little far fetched, but they possibly could have made that power move to move back and get multiple picks. I think another team
They
wants
move
a
up to go
quarterback.
back. I don't think they
Yeah.
move up to go back.
Yeah, I don't see that at
Yeah.
all.
They move up. They move up to cop more picks, and then they move back a little bit.
They
Not
gave up too
out
much.
of
They
it.
gave up too much to go up, though.
Yeah, they gave a lot up to go up there to get that number 3 pick. I
They're
don't
going
see.
for quarterback.
They're going for a quarterback. It's either going to be Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Because they traded with Miami to get all the way up there. They were
All
at
the way
12,
up to number 3.
and they
Yeah,
went to 3.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
they
see
moved
them
back.
coming off of that.
Mm-mm.
All right, that's been a lot of fun. The trade
Yeah,
scenarios,
that was Trenarius,
all
that was
that
pretty
stuff.
good.
We're gonna go to the Wall of Fame now. Let me see. We have.
I got it. Hall of Fame members, Hey, we got our bronze members. We got Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bo, Art Allen, North and Ken, Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike, and we have Crystal Wiley. Wow, hey, we got some new members over there. Look at that. And then we have our silver members. We got Nomas J, and we have Gold Lions. All right. Then, of course, we have our gold members, $1 million. We got Bob Corso, we got Turner Burley, we got Just in the D, Show Me BC, Miles Gibbs, Randy Prince, the Gridiron Blitz, and the Dr. Detroit is always in.
Always in. Oh,
if you want to know more about becoming a member of the channel, please click the Join Now button in the description to learn more about becoming a member of the channel today.
Okay, and the trivia question today is, what position have the Lions drafted the most in the first round in their NFL history? Anybody want to take a stab at it?
It's easy, man. It's offensive lineman.
It is offensive tackle. So I have this ongoing debate with Randall Flagg. And he says, "Oh, we've done this. We've drafted offensive tackles." Well, I understand that, but we've never built an offensive line that's a top 5 offensive line. And that's what you need. I think that's what you need to win. And yes, we have drafted offensive tackle 11 times. But I just wanted to get that in there that, you know what, just because you've drafted that. How many wide receivers have we drafted again?
Ooh, what did we go like 4 or 5 years when we drafted straight in the room? It was like
pieces in the offensive line. Okay. So, and the offensive tackle position is one of the higher paid positions because of why? Because it's one of the most important positions. Mm-hmm. So anyway, the winners, there was no winner on Facebook. So Curt gets the winner on Facebook today.
Of course.
And on Twitter, it was Classic Lions who got this today. Classic Lions, you are our winner on Twitter. So yes, that is absolutely awesome. So now we're going to go to your comment cards, and here's what you guys had to say. Paul Tompkins, love the new Inside the Den, episode 1. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I think we have a leader of men. Dan Campbell is the man. And I totally agree. Oh my gosh. I was watching that Inside the Den episode. Man, got my blood pumping. Got me. I started feeling like I was drinking a ton of Kool-Aid. So it did. It got me inspired. It got me all fired up. Did you guys see that?
Yes. Like I said, it takes me back to my family. My family worked in the factories. My mom worked in the truck and bus plant. All of her adult life. My dad worked in Fisher Body and other, automotive plants in Flint. And my grandfather worked for Chevrolet in the Chevy plant. So it was always, those seeing that stuff. And I've actually seen some of that watching a truck roll off the line. So that was a really good to see him connect with some of those auto workers.
It was. Mm-hmm. It really was.
Yeah, him, he's going to say, excuse my language, about 6-7 times during the speech anyway. Because he gonna cuss.
yeah. He can't help himself, man.
Nah, that's just how he's built.
That's him, man. It really is. Yeah. Did you get to see the video yet? The Inside the Den thing?
No, I didn't. I had it pulled up. I had it put up on my screen at lunch, and then something happened, and I had to abandon ship. So
that's all right.
Yeah,
that happens. Mm-hmm. All right, Curt, who you got next?
All right, then next up we have next up we have Doug Prince 72. Hey, I like 72. That's the year I was born. I like how Rachel thinks O-line with the 7th pick. Oh, that's a lot of. I think we're all drinking that Kool-Aid with the offensive line with the 7th pick if we stay there. If that's Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater.
Well, we all agree Rachel's amazing, so
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Right.
Director of swag.
Yes, director of swag.
Mm-hmm. Western Rua. Is that how you say it? Rua?
No, we're supposed to butcher names. That's what we do here.
Hey, let me know what your name is, man. Okay, it says I just have to say that I feel like golf is kind of forcing us to try to turn to the LA Rams light. And I don't feel like I like that. Actually, I do like that because how they built their team, running game, West Coast offense, playing hard-nosed defense is exactly how the Lions deserve to be built. And I'm not trying to take that image and like put it here, but that idea of how you build a team is exactly how I want to go. So I'm kind of against you, Western Rua, but I feel what you're saying though. You don't want to emulate another team and have the whole New England Patriots thing happen again. So.
All right. Tom Wiedner says better backfield, better back end, plus Sewell, one gap faster system. What's not to like? There's a lot to like, but you're going to be terribly disappointed if you feel like they're going to compete next year. So just letting you know just before it happens.
Yeah, we keep it 100 right here on Detroit Lions in the Prowl.
We do.
All right. Jeffrey Litter says need to draft the O-line. A good O-line would allow the line of scrimmage and run the ball, which keep our weak defense off the field to be able to take and
Be taking it.
and we able to be taken advantage of. We have good tight ends, so we just need to make a few plays in the long game. I mean, that keeps our bad defense. You're right. Off the field, if we can run the ball, it keeps the clock moving as well.
My thought on this is we add something every year. Defense is not the name of this draft, at least at the top end. So why not complete your offensive line as you're doing the build? That's one thing that you've taken care of. Now, maybe the next round you go to safety, and the next round you go to something else. But you're trying to build a certain part of the team, this year. Maybe we build another part of the team next year, and a couple parts of the team next year. Maybe we focus on defense next year. But we have to build a running game. And to build a running game, you need a good offensive line. That's where I'm at on that.
Yep.
I like that. I like that thinking, Jim. I like that. Jerome Brown says people always fall for shiny stuff. Duh. Tampa Bay won because of dominant defense. Brady got all the press. Yes. First of all, that people always do fall for shiny stuff, especially here in Detroit. We've been covering the receivers all 2000s, and it has not worked out for us. But Tampa Bay won because of a dominant defense and a run game, but their receivers and their quarterback did help, control the hashes. So,
they were a complete team.
Yeah,
they were a complete team.
They were.
Yeah.
They had a good offense, they had a dominant defense, and a solid running game. With good play action. They were just a total dominant team, and they're coming back again next year because the only one that's not signed is Antonio Brown, but all of their starters are already back on the squad.
Right.
Yep.
We got to figure out how to a name for Tom Brady because we got Belichick. We got to figure out a cheating name for Tom Brady because he cheats.
Oh, he does cheat. Yeah, he has to. Win if he can, lose.
He's cheating Father Time. That's what he's doing right now. He's cheating. That's what he's cheating. He's cheating Father Time.
Avocado milkshakes.
Something.
Yeah.
All right. Today for the question of the day: would you trade in the division? Would you trade in this draft like Mike Jones wants to do? Put you on the spot.
I know.
Would you trade in the division? That's the question of the day. And now we come to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man Curt.
All right. So today I want you guys to go over and check out ProwlDetroit.com. They got some great articles over there, of course, as always. But there's a particular article that caught my eye today, and that is what is the player position that the Lions must avoid in this year's draft. Now, I'm not going to give it away this time. I was, but it's a good article. Go over there and check it out. It's always a good read to check those guys out over at Prowl Detroit. And as always, I'm supporting my young man, Curtis Steele III, Fight Like a Lion, Autism Acceptance Month right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. But man, like I said, hey, sometimes you get to worship your heroes. I got to raise mine. So
there was a question for you, Curt. So I have to ask this.
What's
there was
that?
a guy that asked you where you're getting your autism awareness shirts for the Lions.
For this one's not available for on sale anymore, but I do get some of them on. I just Google Detroit Lions autism awareness shirts, and then they come up. The only one I know that's still available is the one I had on Friday with the big puzzle piece. And a lion on it. I got that one still available. This kind of this one I bought on Facebook probably about 4 years ago.
Okay,
I bought three of them. I bought them in.
That's how you get the autism.
Yeah, that's how I found them. I got this one in this color. I got it in black, and I got it in a gray.
Okay.
Well, for your other needs, you can get some of your Lions gear from Fanatics, and we have a link right down there. It's a no-brainer. You can help the show, and you can get your gear at the same time. And all you got to do is go ahead and click down there. We have a link to our to the Fanatics website and just go to the Detroit Lions part. Or if you like another team, what about the Tigers? What about the Pistons? What about the Red Wings? You know, any of those are going to be there, and you help the show when you click on that link. So we really appreciate that.
Yes.
One thing I want to talk to you about, this is my final thoughts for the day. One thing I want to ask you to do, we have 60% of you that watch the video but don't subscribe. We really would love your subscription. It would mean a terrible, great amount to me personally if you could subscribe to the channel. We do this show 4 days a week, recorded 1 day a week live. We have a bunch of different things that we go over. We'll be doing the draft. We're going to have a bunch of stuff for you. So if you could hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Also, Autism Awareness Month, support knowledge and support just knowing more about autism and learning a little bit more about it. There are people that have autistic children like Curt and like Eric Schlitt, also from the Pride of Detroit now. And
and Big Mike, Coach Jones at the bottom of the screen.
Yep. My stepson is 11 years old, and he's autistic. So yeah.
So we just want to bring awareness for this month, and Kurt's wearing the shirts every day for the month that we're in right now. April.
Yeah, April every day.
And, and it's just to bring awareness to this major thing that's happening in the United States and all around the world.
And acceptance. It's one of the, I know in the U.S., I think 1 in 5 children that are born on the spectrum with some form of either low function or high functioning autism, developmental delays. And just when be kind and and accept the differences of others, So Mike Jones, what's your final thoughts, baby? Before I, because I got to close it out.
Right. I got a little change up. We back, baby. And I'm talking about everybody at my job. We back from this dreadful thing. We fully staffed. I ain't gotta work no more 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you, sweet Jesus. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So for my final thoughts today, it's going to be, I'm still excited about the draft and all these trade scenarios. It just gets me more and more fired up about what's going to happen in the upcoming NFL draft. I got my draft gear on the way. I got it from Fanatics, of course, on the link below. So go out there and get that stuff and join the rewards program. That rewards program is great over there. You get to earn free Lions gear on the my fan cash rewards program over there on fanatics.com, and it's a quick story. I told it to the guys this morning. I think I have too much Lions gear because I was shopping on Fanatics the other day and I looked at a hoodie that was on sale and I was like, man, I like the hoodie, but it looks familiar. I looked in my closet, it's hanging right there in my closet. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I might have a little too much Lions gear, but it's always is all love with that. Hey, I gotta support. So Fanatics, go over there and check them out. And you can check us out over at bellyupsports.com. You can find the audio versions of our show over there on that platform, and they have some great podcasts over there and some tremendous articles written by some talented writers over there on bellyupsports.com. Hey, we're starting off your week. It's Monday, baby. Hey, go into work today. Be fired up. It's halfway through the day, so finish the day off right here with us after lunch. So we really appreciate you joining us right here. So as always, subscribe to the channel, join the family, because we don't have fans, we don't have viewers, we have family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All of these things help us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself, and become a member. Hey, click the join now button in the description of this video to become one of the members, silver, gold, and bronze. Hey, you get the perks. So, as some of those gold members, man, one-on-one with us, you get to zoom in with us. So that's once a week, and that's coming up on Wednesday. And Jim, we're going to announce it tomorrow what time it's going to be for the next gold member one-on-one Zoom meetings. Hey, As you go about your day, you know what you got to do, baby. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, Mike and Jim, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.